Hi there. Welcome to my weekly reflections. I call it a vlog, a video log, but I'm here because every week I just share like what's been happening. A lot of it, of course, with lipedema, and this is Lipedema Awareness Month. So I want to say that and start out with that because we're at June 7th. So it's been already a really busy month. And every month, uh, every year for the month, we usually have webinars or different projects or whatever we can to move forward in order to help women with lipedema. And this year is no different. But I want to talk specifically about a webinar series that we have had on the medical go bag. Now, what you might ask is the medical go bag? So, let me show you what's in a medical go bag. Well, it's only part of what's in it. I'm getting it up now. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm going to start with that because I had so much fun putting it together in real life and in a slide. So I'm going to show you the slide. What a great weekend. I was at the pool for a bunch of today. It was so good. Oh my God. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do it in that order. Hold on a minute. I am looking for my slide. Oh, can you see my screen? I don't know if I set up my. Yep, you should be able to see my screen. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to come back to this. I mostly want to show you the medical go bag because, oh my God, I'm having. Why would someone have fun with this? But I am. So, medical go bag is emergency preparedness. You know, when you're pregnant and you know you're going to have to go to the hospital to give birth or wherever you're going, whether it's a hospital or whether it's a birthing center, whatever it is that you're going to have to at some point say, oh, my water broke, or oh, I have contractions. Oh, it's time. And so you have a bag that's pre-packed and ready for you to take with you. So you have what you need and while you're in the hospital. Well, it happened to me when I was sick a couple of years ago. I was in and out of the emergency room numerous times. I didn't have what I needed. And I joke because, the first I don't think it was the first time, but early in the series of emergency room, Dr. Carmody, who was my primary care back then, this is a while ago, he called me and he said, go to the emergency room. My D dimer was skyrocketing. And that is an indicator of the possibility of a pulmonary embolism. So, what did I take with me? I took my laptop, of course. I had everything on my tough. And when Dr. Carmody came to the emergency room, because bless his heart, really, he's such a good, he was such a good doctor, came to see me in the emergency room. I'm like, here, write this down. Here are my passwords. If anything happens, if I die, make sure you get this to someone. And then, and a lot happened, really got triggered last summer when Esther, one of our ladies in our wisdom circles, um, she had an emergency room visit that ended up in surgery and then ended up in her being in the ICU for a number of days. And anyway, when she came back, she had been given medication in the ICU that made her legs swell even more. She's late stage lipedema and lymphedema. And she was in excruciating pain when she got home. And we're like, what could we have done to make it easier? So that's a long story. It's one that I'm sure I've told before. You've probably heard it. So we put together entire, like we've had 2 of 5 webinars. There are 3 left for the month of June. And then we're doing a build your own medical go bag workshop in July. But this is, we are providing some of it. Okay, here's a bag for the stuff that you want to have ready. It's going to have in it the paperwork. It's a light bag that can go inside your actual medical go bag. It's medical go bag 1 and 2 we have. And so there's a little luggage tag. This is stuff we actually got for people that we'll be sending out to those who registered. And something called the 5 wishes, which is, this is how I would like to be treated in an emergency situation. And you do this before you're in the emergency situation. And this is a whole stack of forms that we put together that go with you to the emergency room. Remember, before you need it. And a pen that says Lipedema Simplified on it. I got crazy and love swag. And then someone said, well, how do we explain lipedema, since mostly my experience in the emergency room is nobody knew about it. And so this is a really well done brochure that the Lipedema Foundation did a number of years ago. And so this is a brochure. They have it in English, German, and Spanish. The one copy of the English version, and there's directions there. You can order more. They're free. You just have to ask for them so that you can have what you need in your bag. And then there's the actual medical go bag. This is actually mine. I was looking at them, and I looked at when I started the process, I was looking at red bags and navy blue bags and sort of very understated bags. And then somehow I thought, wait a second, if this is my bag, it's coming with me to the hospital, I think I'm going to get something that's bright and unmistakably mine. And that's what this bag is. And then Esther found this one, which I thought was great. What a great bag this is for compression. My pillow. I'll take my pillow, if you don't mind, with me to the hospital. My comfort pillow. I have one that's that has a silk pillowcase. You know, it's like whatever it is for you. But definitely my compression and some of the my dry brush, whatever it is that I need. And everyone will have their own particular needs. Okay. And then here's another one that as we were looking, we were saying, oh, that's pretty cute. And then they have so many on Amazon. So I think one of the things we're planning to do with the workshop is, you know, begin with people choosing their bag and getting their bag, and then we'll be filling it throughout the course. And this way, everyone can have their own particular way of doing whatever it is for them. All right, I'm coming back now. Anyway, this was from the webinar presentation. So I think what I'll do is I'll go through a few things that I want to invite you guys to. This week, starting tomorrow, we have a lipedema study group series based on the medical textbook. I talked about the medical textbook so often. It's now published and doing really well. The publisher says that they're in the second printing now because they already sold out of the first printing. So I'm just thrilled. And so we have a three session series. So one with Sharon Huggins, one with Leslyn, and one with Joanna Dudek. And I'll be joining all of them. So Monday, June 8th at 6, a holistic approach to diagnosis, care, and treatment for lipedema. Each of us have written a chapter in the book. So Siobhan wrote this chapter with Dr. Carmody on Tuesday, June 16th. We made it at different times, trying to accommodate different time zones. Leslyn and I will do treatment and resources for managing lipedema. We're going to go over, we put so much in the book. We're going to go over what we put in the book. And then 2 weeks later, on June 30th, Joanna Dudek will be joining us from Poland, the challenge of weight stigma in recognizing lipedema. She's in Poland, therefore the time zone, to help accommodate her. I'm coming back to give you the link so you can sign up if it's something you want to do. I'm inviting you to come sign up. Okay, I'm going to put this there. Okay, give me a second. Oh, there's a couple questions I want to answer about the medical go bag. Okay, here's the question. Does documentation care change with the different stages? Or is that something that lippy ladies with write out on their own? I'm stage 3, 4, but I'm wondering about stage 1 or 2. Here's the thing. Or is it basically for later stage ladies? Let me say that everybody needs it. Even those who don't have lipedema, but who might have other anything. Here's the thing. We go through a lot of understanding what happens in the emergency room. I'm going to do this we could come to one of our webinars. Let me show you. Here, I'm going to go here. And this is our webinar series. Free webinars. We scheduled 5 of them because we wanted to make sure everyone who wanted to could come. So, emergency preparedness for lipedema. So, what I know, I've had enough visits to the emergency room that it finally dawned on me that the purpose of the emergency room is to handle emergencies. Now, my having the possibility of a pulmonary embolism, especially when I was short of breath and I couldn't breathe, was pretty serious. But they don't know nor understand the chronic conditions. They're really focused on the emergency, which is usually an acute situation, something that needs to be dealt with immediately, and often could be life-threatening. So, if in fact the numerous times I went because of because I couldn't breathe, that's serious. So, the fact that I had swelling in my legs was not even secondary, tertiary, down the list. So when I would say to the emergency room, to say doctor, probably resident or who was in the emergency room, I think it's my lymphatic system. Mostly what I got was, lymphatics, and nothing to follow through. So that when they did the CAT scan to see about my lungs and they couldn't find an embolism, there wasn't one. They're like, well, we don't know why you can't breathe. Go home, take care. And they released me from the emergency room because there wasn't something instantly. So these are the things that it's good to understand and know. And so that's the kind of stuff, but it's way more about how to advocate for yourself, how to do what you need to do. Anyway, there are 3 left. There's one we just did the one on June 6th. That was yesterday. So now there's Sunday, June 14th, which is next Sunday. Yeah, that's next Sunday. And then Monday, the week after, June 22nd. And then Saturday, June 27th. Let me come and put the link up. Oh, wait, that's still study group. Okay, let me get the other link because this is the webinars. I would suggest coming to a webinar first, and then there's an opportunity to sign up for the workshop with that go bag. What I showed you, all of the pieces, that's only a small piece, but that's something that we're actually, while supplies last, I bought a bunch of them for the ladies, mostly because I wanted to encourage everyone. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you. Wait, there's a bunch of messages. I'm sorry, I can't do. Oh, Jenny, if you sign up, we made arrangements. We'll send you one in the UK. We were trying to sort out how could we send, because we have people overseas. We have a number of international people. So if you sign up, you will get one. It's really great. And you want to take it with you. I feel so strongly about how important it is. Someone says she was waiting for the replays. There are no replays on this one. And that's why we have 5 of them. So catch us Sunday, June 14th, Monday, June 22nd, and Saturday, June 27th. We felt it was so important. We want to have people come live, and we want to be able to answer questions and to support people. This is, anyway, I got very passionate about it. And here, let me take you through what we're going to be doing in the workshop. So there's two things. We are going to make the workbook available for a really nominal charge. I think it's going to be like $47 USD for people to get the workbook so they can do it on their own. But we really think it needs a community to do it together. And it's the time that you'll get an opportunity to create your personalized medical go bag, an emergency plan, and a self-advocacy toolkit. So here's the bag that we are providing while supplies last. And there's a folder where some of what I showed you will be in the folder so that you have that organized and ready when you're in the emergency room. And there's what other people are saying. Oh, let me give you the link to this here. Okay, you got the webinar here. Next is okay, here is for the workshop. Learn.lipedema-simplified.org MGB. Medical Go Bag. MGB. And here is the details. It's $397. There's a payment plan. This goes throughout July. If you come to the webinar, we have a special deal for people who come to the webinar. If you're a tribe member, there is also discounts. We want everybody to get what they need. Okay, so there'll be each week for 4 weeks, there'll be educational presentations. The first week, July 6th, build your personal medical go bag. July 13th, create your emergency medical files. We'll delve in and go through the necessary lists, from diagnosis to medication to contacts to different care instructions. Week 3, this is Mondays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Week 3, July 20th, self-advocacy in the hospital. And to say finally, it's actually not finally, but July 27th, family caregiver and home protection plan. Many of us have something or someone we care for. One of the things I started to put in place is making sure that someone would take care of my cats. Okay. And then there's coaching sessions on Fridays at 6 p.m. So Monday teaching, Friday coaching, because we want you to apply what you've learned to your life. We want to troubleshoot with you, make sure that you're able to get what you need. We'll help with the paperwork. We'll have live Q&A. And of course, we have a bonus session, emotional resilience and lifetime planning. So your hosts for this, me, Esther. I mentioned Esther. She is remarkable. She's just remarkable what she's been able to accomplish in terms of her own health and advocacy, because she's had a really rough time. And Julie Stewart, who is our community muse. If you're in any of our newsletters, um, she is often, she writes in the newsletter for us and does postings. Kristen Wygand, who helps facilitate Miranda, which is our Monday through Friday stretching and exercise group. Marsha Black, who's been with us for many years. She works with Medicare here in the US and is a veritable, just has so much information about what you need to know. And Melissa Perrinson, she's a journalist with over 2 decades of experience as a product reviewer and has done amazing stuff. And she's one of our, Melissa, one of our tribe members. Okay, so we're starting in about a month. And if you are interested, say the go bags go to the first ones who register. So be sure to register if you are interested. Okay. Oh my God, I talked a lot today. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Mine is, it's 5:30 on a Sunday night. And I spent a good portion of the day in the pool, at the pool. I'm really glad I did. This is the first week in a while I've been able to get there twice. I'm aiming for 3 to 4 times, but twice is good. All right, everyone. Many, many blessings. Have a blessed week. Bye.